I know a lot of you guys want me to finish a project, and there it is. No, just kidding. Some stuff has been going on the last few days. Yeah, some fun been going on. While I have the truck and the trailer here, I was trying to think of something I could get done pretty quick, and I think the Ghia is the project. This Ghia is in pretty good shape, and it's not far from being a daily driver. This is the project that we can get done, and maybe I'll even sell it and I'll have some extra funds to put towards the Dragon and the 914 and stuff like that. So I've already got the brakes, all that stuff, the fuel lines, the brake lines. I bought all that stuff last year. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. So we're gonna get this Ghia, 1967 Ghia, out to the farm. I've got the truck, I've got the trailer. I'm gonna utilize it while I can. And I'll give you a backstory on that later, maybe in another video of what was going on there. That was a whole nother story. But today, let's get the Ghia on the trailer, get it out to the farm, unload it, get that engine off the truck and all the tools and stuff. Hopefully, we can get this thing loaded today. We gotta get this off first. All right, guys, it's pretty epic. The Ghia's going to the farm. Let's get it out of the garage. All right, we got a piece of wood here. We got it bolted down back there. Could only get one bolt in it, but it's pretty tight. And it's pushing up against this, so it's kind of solid right here. And we're going straight on, so hopefully it's gonna pull right up. Let's try it. We got it. This little beast right here. I wasn't sure if that was gonna hold up, but it did. It was struggling a little bit, but it worked. All right, let's get it strapped in. It's on the trailer, 1967 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia Rescue. There it is. Let's get it out to the farm. Boom. Anybody interested in a Fiat? He's waiting patiently. So is she. We'll get there. Here we go. Do this. Right, we made it. There's the Bronco. There's the Dragon cab. Oof. It's gonna be rusty sitting out there. Right. All right, we made it to the farm. Yes. The Ghia will live again. Hopefully. There's the beast. And some of the other projects out here. Let's get this Ghia unloaded. I still haven't come up with a name for it. I gotta come up with a name for it. Now that we're working on it, come up with a name for it. We'll get it in here. It's so tiny. It's not gonna take up much space, but we'll probably end up taking the beast outside, get it out of the way for a little while. I've got to do some planning for this and budgeting and figure out if it's worth it right now. Probably just going to put the beast on the back burner for a little while, get this Ghia going, because it shouldn't take much to get it going, and have some fun with it. maybe sell it and use some of that money to fund some of the other projects. So that's the goal. There it is. We made it. Let's get it off the trailer and get in the shop. We're gonna get this car, this Ghia, 1967 Ghia, hopefully get it up and running in the next week or two. What do you think? All right, let's get it off the trailer.
You're just gonna pull it back, right? Does it have air brakes?
No.
How do you plan on stopping it? Let it roll, huh?
Run after it.
Once you can put a tether to the front of the trailer, tie it off to the front, and let that out, and then once it gets where you want it to go, we want it to stop. If it is stopping on its own, we can stop it with the friction tether across that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do. I'll grab some
Okay.
seatbelt straps. All right. You ready?
You're just gonna hold that?
Yeah, you hold this, and you use the friction against that frame.
Okay. Yeah, you ready?
Yep.
Heavy, huh?
No. Man, I wouldn't have done that with an F-350. Yeah.
Dang. All right. Tiny, isn't it? 1967.
Hung up in green there. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to talk about it with all that stuff on it. Ford hood on it.
Is that a Ford or a Dodge? Guys keep asking, they want to buy it.
It's a 58 Power Wagon. God, Power Wagon.
58 Power Wagon? It's not for sale.
Not for sale.
Nope.
I've had it for 21 years. Been kept in the barn 21 years. I found it in a barn down in Wachula. At an old nursery down there. And,
Wow.
it was in the barn and it had tomato crates all stacked up on it. It was full all the way across the cab and on the hood and stuff stacked all in front of that. And I saw like the front part of the headlight sticking out from all that. And so I went digging and dug it out and asked the old fellow if he wanted to sell it. And he said, yeah, I'll sell it.
That was 20 years ago.
21 years ago. It was 1990. Well, it was 22 years ago. It was 98. 1998.
Were they starting to become desirable back then?
Well, they were, well, not as much as the flat fender power wagons, but
yeah.
because those have been popular for a long time. But these, you just don't see very many of them. And when I saw it, I knew I had to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never had the time or the money both at the same time to take it apart. So it's just sat there. I've never tried to start it. I've never had a battery in it. It's just been sitting there rusting. But I got a bunch of spare parts for it because I found a donor truck and I found doors and a bunch of bed parts and fenders and a cab. I got an extra cab so I can scavenge parts off that cab and
Mm-hmm.
make this cab whole again because the drip edges are rusted off of this one.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
the whole top of the cab is caved in. So I'll take,
So the other cab's the same year?
yeah, same exact cab.
Nice.
So I'll just graft some pieces off of that onto this and find somebody that knows how to do it because I don't know how to do it. So
Yeah.
take it old Dave down the road and see if we can talk him into working on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be cool to try to do a first start on it. That's gonna need a lot of work.
No.
A lot of work.
That's why I've never tackled it because I wanted to go, frame off and
Mm-hmm.
go 100% with it, and I've just always been so damn busy. When I'm getting old now, I got to do it soon.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll start cleaning it
I
off,
was only
making a spot
I was
for it.
only 34 years old when I found that. Now I'm 56 almost. Does that math add up?
Something like that. Yeah.
So, and there's my first tractor ever. Case 530.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
want to redo it too. Totally restore it. That's the first piece of machinery I ever owned. And I got the motor, I got all the parts, everything's there. It's just, you guys just got to take it apart and start over.
Yep.
So, it is a cool tractor.
That is a cool tractor. What year is it?
I have no idea.
It's old.
In the late 50s, I think.
Yeah.
Early 60s. But I've had this tractor 35 years.
It's like an old Grove tractor.
No, actually, it's
something.
just an old farm tractor. Grove tractors, they made a lot of them, but they generally didn't have that type of tire. They had a big sand tire on them,
Okay.
and then the seat and steering wheel and all it was configured differently, and you stood on the back of it. You didn't actually. You had a little seat, but it was all rear of the tire, so the operator sat rear of the rear tires, and usually standing when he drove it to the groves. So that's not a grove.
Gotcha. It's a cool tractor.
Cool. Anyway,
What do you think?
there's a front end fork right there on that mezzanine,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
on that pallet rack, and there's the motor for it.
That's the engine there.
And that skid, that orange one, next to that generator.
What is that, little diesel?
Yeah, it's a diesel.
Did you have it running?
Oh yeah, I used it for 20 years.
Yeah.
The farm.
That'd be cool to tear into.
Yeah.
Where'd this come out of?
I collected that out of an old Grove truck, a water truck that old Grove caretaker had. It was popped.
So flathead Ford?
I saved the motor and transmission out of it. The rest of it was just rotted. And I just scrapped it.
Yeah, that's a cool looking motor. It's all original. Pretty cool.
Anyway,
Well, I'm gonna try to get this Ghia going.
where you gonna put it?
I don't know, where do you think I should put it? Over there?
You can run it. Well, probably over here would be the best place for it.
Okay.
Yeah. You pull that sprayer out and we can put the Ghia up by those seats and parts over there by that frame. And then I can bring the sprayer back in here. You gotta bring the sprayer out.
They're pretty bad. The rear's not too bad. The front is terrible. They're like non-existent on the front.
Yeah.
You know what?
Still stopping.
It's still stopping. You know what that spring's for? That was on the Newport
Yeah,
too, remember?
They used to put them on there to kind of absorb the vibration. I always thought that they were also an early way to dissipate heat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would get hot, you know, when you were in driving in the mountains.
Yeah.
And in the heat, in the steep grades. So a lot of the older models, they have fins on the drum to help the heat dissipate. So I always thought that it was for kind of a dual purpose, for heat dissipation and for vibration, but I don't. I'm sure somebody else knows more about it than I do.
Yeah.
I'm just an old dirt farmer.
Well, the radiator, I pulled the radiator out.
So,
It's sitting right there.
it's got a meat hook put through it, don't it?
Mm-hmm. I actually watched a few videos on how to restore them. You could take that whole bottom off and the top off and recore it. Or try to fix it and put it back on there, but
Well, I think that bottom tank is probably trash.
it's pretty bad.
Then you're gonna fix that.
It's pretty bad.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You just buy a new bottom tank, but there's a place over in Apopka that rebuilds them.
Really?
It's called Milliken Battery and Radiator Shop. Well, they do radiators there. So there's very few radiator shops left in operation because the EPA shut them all down.
Right. It's called Pelican?
Milliken
Milliken.
Battery.
All right, I'll get a quote from them, see what they think. I know they're making the aftermarket aluminum ones,
Yeah.
and they have like some that are supposed to fit the Chrysler. I don't know what size this is. I think there's a 22 inch and a 26 inch.
You'll have to figure that out, and then you'll have to probably buy another radiator so that you can get the bottom part of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they can get one for you over at Milliken, but that'll be the hard part to find is the tank, because they can recore it real easy. They put it in a big acid bath that dissolves all the lead and pull the tanks apart.
Yeah.
You know, then they put it back together and clean it up, solder it back together. And, but there's very few people doing it now.
Well, I might put this on the back burner a little bit and work on the Ghia.
You better.
So that other bus is just like that one, but it's worse. Makes this one look pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, look at that. Pretty cool. Tiny compared to the beast. But it's still cool. I like it. We're gonna get this thing running, driving, stopping, and everything working, so I can get you guys off my back. I don't finish anything. We're gonna finish something. We're gonna finish this Ghia. We might not do a complete restoration on it, but it's gonna be running, driving, stopping, and all the electrical's gonna work. And we're gonna try to do it in the next couple weeks, so hang on. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna work on other stuff. I might jump on the Beast one day or the Dragon another day. Anyway, guys, appreciate it. Stay tuned. See ya. Look at that. Boom. Where'd that come from? Just tied around the bumper, right? We gotta drag this engine out of here. We just wrap it around the engine somewhere.